All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the message autoresponder in Friender to automatically respond to your incoming Facebook messages. But first, we're going to take a look at the dashboard here, and we're going to look and see the autoresponder widget on the dashboard. This widget is just going to basically show you all the auto responses that have actually happened, who they happened to, what was the message that triggered the auto response, what auto response was actually sent, and when that actually happened. So for example, you're able to actually see, hey, this message right here was triggered by Raquel Sanchez. It triggered because she messaged me engage on my post, which is a keyword. I sent out the engage on my post auto response, and that happened at this time and date. You're also going to see the auto responses here inside the activity log. Inside the activity log as well, you would be seeing right now, we're seeing that she views a whole bunch of my web pages, that she's been just chilling on my web pages. But somewhere in here, you would actually see the auto response whenever she viewed the auto response. You actually be seeing that as well, that the auto response was actually sent out. So that's going to show up inside the activity log. That's going to show up inside the activity log as well. Okay, so you can see right here, here's a response was triggered by this keyword engage on my post, linked to the autoresponder. So you're going to see again in the activity log, you're going to see the auto responses on the dashboard as well. In the auto response widget, you're going to see the auto responses. And then over here in this activity log, you're also going to see the auto responses. But let's go ahead and look at the autoresponder. So here, when we go to the message autoresponder, we're going to see all of our auto responses that we already have set up. We can turn them off or turn them on if we want to. We can see how many of them are actually set up. We can go in and actually see how many times the auto response has ran and how many contacts have actually been responded to. All right, so we're going to look at our settings real quick. We have a delay time for all responses. So from the time we get an incoming message to the time we send out the auto response, we're going to wait 1 minute. So somebody sends me an incoming message. If there's an auto response, I'm going to send it out after 1 minute. Delay time for the same responses. This is if somebody triggers the auto response twice for the same keywords. So how long are we going to wait before we send the exact same auto response? So if I have the auto response demo, for example, so if I have demo and somebody sends me demo, I'm going to send them out an auto response. And then if they send me demo again 5 minutes later, I'm not going to send them out an auto response because I'm going to wait at least 16 minutes before I will resend the same auto response. Here, this is the default message. The default message is if someone sends me an incoming message and there's no auto response set up, it doesn't trigger any of these keywords. So it will basically go through here. If it doesn't trigger any of these keywords, it will send the default message if I have it turned on. So right now it's turned off. Now I'm going to actually turn it on, and then it will send this quick message. Okay, so it will actually send this quick message, and it's going to do that once every 1 hour. So what that means is basically, it's kind of, you can think of the delay time for the same responses. I'm always going to send out the same default message whenever I get a message and there's no keyword set up for it. So if somebody sends me 3 messages in a row, I'm not going to respond with 3 default messages. I'm only going to send one, and I can send this, every 12 hours, let's say. So every 12 hours, I will fire the default message. Okay, and that kind of goes through the settings. This is how we actually turn the autoresponder on and off. So right now it's turned off. If I turn it on, then you're going to actually see we pop up a new tab open. So this tab actually pops open, and it lets you know that Friender is working. This is the autoresponder. Just leave this tab open. It needs to stay open in order to listen to your incoming messages. All right, so now let's go ahead and look. We can go in and see auto response, and we can edit it. Here is the name, the title of the auto response. Here is the keyword. And then here is the message that we're going to send out. And if we want to add any tags, we can add any tags. So what we're going to do is we're just going to create. That's how we edit one. This is how we delete one. Let's just create one, and we're going to call it training. And our keywords can be live training, auto responder training. Okay, so if somebody sends me a message that contains the words live training or auto responder training, that will fire this auto response. And then I can just send a quick message if I want to send a quick message, or I can send a message group. Let's send a quick message. Okay, so let's just put in their name. There we go. And if we want to add any tag, we can add any tag. I'm going to delete this in a second, so I'm just going to leave this. Adding this tag, what that allows us to do is fire off automations. If we want to build complex follow-up systems and other automations, we can build those complex follow-up systems and the automations. There's other trainings on how to do that. But for example, if I have to give you a use case, let's say I have a free training, okay? And that free training is my lead magnet that leads into a paid offer. I can have that at a URL, especially if I'm using friender tracking links. And whenever somebody messages me free training, I can set up an autoresponder. I can send them the link to the free training, and I can add a tag, gave free training link, and then I can go set up an automation when that triggers whenever somebody gets added that tag, free training link, and it just follows up with them every day. Hey, I sent you free training. Did you go check it out? Hey, have you checked out that free training yet? Hey, did you get a chance to look at the free training? And I can set up a stop trigger for when they view the web page that has my actual free training. So as soon as they go check it out, I already know, hey, they did check it out. I can stop that follow-up sequence. Just allows you to do so much amazing things with the follow-ups and the automations. So if you want to add tags, you can add tags. Then we're going to save it. And just like that, there is our auto response. And now that will actually start working. If we want to turn it off, we can turn it off. If we want to delete it, we can delete it. And that gives you a full understanding of exactly how to use the message autoresponder inside Friender and set up auto responses that are 24/7 while you're at jiu-jitsu practice or outside with your kids or playing with your dogs, or maybe you're on sales calls with other customers, or maybe you're sleeping. Your sales process doesn't have to stop. You don't have to wait to actually answer messages. Friender can automatically answer those messages with the autoresponder, and this is exactly how you set it up.